In 2025 and beyond, a lot of FPS games are set to release, from small indie studios to the biggest names in the industry. Some of them are already playable, while others still don't have a confirmed release date. My name's Midnight, and here are 20 upcoming FPS games you need to watch out for. Capcom is about to unleash its most terrifying vision of survival horror yet. Resident Evil Requiem is here to push the franchise to a whole new level of fear. This time, you'll step into the shoes of Grace Ashcroft, an FBI analyst haunted by her past and barely holding it together. Her investigation into a string of brutal deaths leads her to a remote, decaying hotel, and straight back into the nightmare ruins of Raccoon City. The tension is relentless. First-person view lets you feel every heartbeat and jump scare up close, while third-person mode gives you tactical control whenever you need it. Imagine the psychological dread of RE7 colliding with the high-stakes action of the RE4 remake. It's survival horror turned up to 11. Powered by the next-gen RE engine with full ray tracing, Requiem looks absolutely stunning. Expect detailed character models, hyper-realistic lighting, and environments so oppressive you'll practically taste the fear. Resident Evil Requiem drops February 27, 2026 on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series XS, and you do not want to face this nightmare unprepared. If you're a Resident Evil fan craving a darker story, a fragile protagonist, and a world soaked in horror, Requiem is the game you've been waiting for. Alright, this time we're talking about one of the most anticipated survival FPS games of 2025, Terminator: Survivors, The Aftermath. If you've ever wondered what it feels like to survive in a world destroyed after Skynet dropped the nukes, this is your chance to find out. The game is set in 2009, just a few years after Judgment Day, when humanity is on the brink of extinction. Here you'll play as one of the survivors struggling to stay alive among ruined cities, constant hunger, and the terror of killer machines. The gameplay isn't just about shooting robots. It's also all about scavenging, crafting, and building your base. You'll need to search for supplies, gather resources, and strengthen your shelter to fend off Skynet's relentless attacks. What makes this game even more intense is the presence of the legendary T-800. This unstoppable Terminator will randomly show up, sneaking around to hunt you down without mercy. So if you're busy looting, don't be surprised when the alarms start blaring and you have to run for your life. Terminator: Survivors, The Aftermath also supports co-op mode for up to 4 players, so you can team up with your friends to survive together. But if you prefer going solo, you'll have AI companions ready to back you up on every mission. Besides the gunfights, there are also stealth and tactical elements that make every encounter feel more challenging. You can set traps, plan silent takedowns, or charge in guns blazing. The choice is entirely yours. While some fans have questioned the timeline, since it doesn't perfectly match the movies, a lot of people agree that this open-world survival approach makes the Terminator experience feel fresh and even more intense. The developers also chose to delay the release to polish the game further, so the hope is that when early access drops on PC in 2025, it'll be ready to impress longtime Terminator fans. If you're looking for a survival experience packed with tension, strategy, and the dark atmosphere of a post-apocalyptic world, Terminator: Survivors, The Aftermath absolutely needs to be on your wish list. Get ready to survive, manage your supplies, and face the T-800 that never stops hunting you down. Imagine being trapped inside a colossal world that changes every second. Floors collapsing, walls spinning, and the sky suddenly transforming into a mechanical labyrinth. This is The Cube, the most ambitious MMORPG shooter from the creators of Atomic Heart, Mundfish. The Cube isn't just another shooter. It's a survival battle inside a giant Rubik's Cube structure filled with secrets, traps, and unpredictable challenges. Every rotation of its biomes can become an opportunity or a disaster. Beneath all the chaos lies a mysterious equation said to have the power to rewrite the laws of reality. Whoever discovers it could become humanity's savior or unleash a new apocalypse. What makes the Cube so insane? Living, constantly shifting biomes. Paths can vanish at any moment, forcing you to improvise. Deep progression and layered loot. Collect punch cards, craft weapons, upgrade skills, and shape your character to fit your playstyle. Unreal Engine 5 technology. Thousands of objects moving in real time with jaw-dropping visuals. A surreal atmosphere inspired by Atomic Heart. Gold-plated androids, snipers in space helmets, and bizarre creatures ready to hunt you down at any moment. Co-op MMO shooter. Team up with friends, explore dangerous zones, battle massive bosses, and seize hidden treasures tucked away in every corner of the cube. The Cube is coming to PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series XS. There's no official release date yet, but you can already wishlist it on Steam to be among the first to dive into this insane world. If you love unpredictable looter shooters like Destiny or Warframe, the Cube will set your adrenaline on fire, with a world that's never the same twice. All right, next up, we've got one of the craziest comebacks in the FPS world, Painkiller 2025. So here's the deal. If you played the classic version that dropped back in 2004, get ready for some serious nostalgia, but this time wrapped in way darker modern visuals. The game officially launches on October 9th, 2025. So if you're watching this before then, mark your calendar, man. The story? You're still stuck in purgatory, a place crawling with sin and endless waves of absurd monsters. But now, everything's been rebuilt from scratch in Unreal Engine. The level design is way more atmospheric, darker, and packed with gothic details that crank up the tension. And the coolest part? This time, you don't have to go it alone. There's a co-op mode for up to 3 players. So, if you've got friends who love old-school shooting mayhem, you can team up and blast demons to your heart's content. Character selection has gotten way more interesting too. You can play as Ink, Void, Sol, or Rock, each with their own unique skills. Like, some specialize in boosting damage, others in pumping up energy. So it's not just about the weapons anymore, your character build actually matters. Speaking of weapons, the legendary State Gun that lets you pin enemies to walls is back. But it doesn't stop there. Now there are dozens of new weapons plus a tarot card system to upgrade your abilities. So, the gameplay feels deeper but still stays true to that shoot first, think later vibe. Sure, some folks on forums have said the game feels a bit like Doom Eternal, especially with the new grappling hook and dash mechanics. So if you were hoping for that pure old-school Painkiller feel, you might be a little surprised. But honestly, I think this is the perfect evolution. It keeps the game from feeling outdated. And one more thing that's awesome, single-player mode is still here. So if you're more of an introvert, no worries. AI bots have got your back. But seriously, co-op is where this game is going to shine the most. So if you're looking for an FPS that doesn't overcomplicate things, just focuses on blasting monsters, grabbing loot, and having a good time with friends, Painkiller 2025 absolutely deserves a spot on your wish list. Get ready for a big dose of nostalgia, but this time with next-gen visuals and faster, more brutal gameplay. If you're looking for an FPS that's brutal, fast, and dripping with style, Out of Action is one indie game you absolutely need to keep an eye on. Out of Action throws you into a cyberpunk world inspired by 90s anime with unique, cel-shaded visuals and a dark, chaotic atmosphere. This isn't your typical shooter. Here, you'll pull off bullet time, slides, dives, and slow-motion moves that make every fight feel truly cinematic. The gameplay mixes gory melee combat, long-range gunfights, and all kinds of futuristic gadgets. You can slice, throw, or demolish enemies in brutal ways while constantly repositioning yourself with parkour and acrobatic maneuvers. One of the most exciting features is bullet time multiplayer, where slow-motion effects kick in even while battling other players. That means every match feels intense and unpredictable. Out of Action offers a full offline single-player mode, complete with its own progression system and leaderboard. But if you prefer a competitive challenge, there's also online PvP, supporting both team and solo play, with server browsers, ranked matches, and objective-based modes. You have total freedom to customize your character loadout, from futuristic firearms and body augmentations to shields and special abilities that let you craft a playstyle unlike anyone else. Whether you want to be a lightning-fast assassin or an armored tank with heavy weapons, you can build it your way. Out of Action is scheduled to release in 2025, and a pre-alpha demo is already available to try right now on Steam. If you're into fast-paced FPS gameplay with cinematic action and a unique cyberpunk style, Out of Action definitely deserves a spot on your wish list. If you're craving that classic FPS feel, focused on skill, teamwork, and no microtransaction nonsense, Wraithops is the game you need to watch. Developed by Grassroots Studio and published by Team 17, Wraith Ops delivers a tactical FPS experience built around fast, responsive gunplay and meaningful progression. You'll choose between two factions, Aegis and Volga, locked in a global corporate conflict. Every match is all about solid coordination, individual skill, and smart tactics. One of Wraith Ops' biggest strengths is its huge arsenal of over 60 weapons. From assault rifles and snipers to shotguns and brutal melee weapons, each can be customized with attachments to match your personal playstyle. There are two core gameplay modes: casual mode, with a minimal HUD and a more relaxed vibe; Wraith mode, more hardcore, no HUD, higher damage, and a tense, immersive experience. You'll also get a variety of competitive modes, like 12v12 Overlord, Gun Game, Arena, and Deathmatch. All matches run on dedicated servers, and maps are designed to avoid artificial choke points while keeping gameplay exciting. What sets Wraith Ops apart? Dynamic weather and real-time lighting for immersive, evolving environments. A realistic ballistic system that makes every shot matter. A rewarding progression system. You don't just earn XP from kills, but also from tactical actions like distracting enemies or completing objectives. And best of all, it's not pay to win. All cosmetics can be earned through gameplay. No cash grabs, just pure skill. Wraith Ops is expected to launch in early access on PC in 2025, and you can wishlist it on Steam right now. If you love pure tactical FPS gameplay with no gimmicks, Wraith Ops is absolutely a title you'll want to keep on your radar. Imagine World War II, but twisted by secret experiments that turned into a nightmare filled with zombies. This is Project Z, Beyond Order, a brand new co-op FPS from 314 Arts, ready to take you into battle like you've never seen before. In this game, you and up to 3 other players become a group of survivors trapped on a mysterious island off the German coast. But this isn't just another Nazi outpost. It's where horrific bioweapons experiments created an undead army ready to tear everything apart. Project Z delivers a tense 4-player co-op experience with intense missions, exploration of dark, secret-filled areas, and non-stop combat against hordes of zombies. Key features you should know: 4 unique character classes, each with their own abilities and skill trees. Deep crafting system. Gather blueprints, build weapons, and customize your gear to match your playstyle. Free roam mode, where you can explore the island beyond main missions, hunt for rare loot, and discover bonus quests. Hideout base, where you build your headquarters, manage supplies, and grow your community of survivors. The visuals are highly detailed, blending gritty wartime atmosphere with terrifying zombie horror. Every corner of the island has a dark story waiting to be uncovered. Project Z Beyond Order is scheduled to release in spring 2025 on PC, Xbox Series X, S, and PlayStation 5. If you're interested, you can already wishlist the game on Steam right now. If you're a fan of Left 4 Dead, Zombie Army, or any co-op shooter with crafting and survival elements, Project Z Beyond Order absolutely deserves a spot on your wishlist. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is finally bringing Samus Aran back for another epic first-person adventure. This is the official continuation of the legendary Metroid Prime trilogy developed by Retro Studios. Ever since it was first announced in 2017, fans have been eagerly awaiting updates, and now the pieces are finally falling into place. Metroid Prime 4 is set on a brand new planet called Vuros, a mysterious world filled with dense forests, ancient alien ruins, and deadly threats Samus has never faced before. This time, she's not just relying on her iconic arsenal, she's gained psychic powers that allow her to manipulate the environment, open hidden paths, and even strike enemies in new and creative ways. The gameplay sticks to the franchise's roots as a first-person exploration shooter. You'll still use the scan visor to uncover secrets, transform into the morph ball to navigate tight spaces, and solve challenging puzzles. But everything in Metroid Prime 4 is enhanced with modern technology. More detail, smoother controls, and deeper immersion. Visually, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond looks stunning thanks to a combination of modern engine tech and the franchise's signature art style. Samus's helmet HUD has also been updated, sleeker and more modern, while still keeping that nostalgic Prime feel fans know and love. And yes, longtime fans, classic enemies like the space pirates are making a return, along with the mysterious Psylocke, a long-speculated figure in Metroid lore. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is officially scheduled for release in 2025, exclusively for the Nintendo Switch and the upcoming next-gen Nintendo console. If you love deep exploration, intense combat, and a stunning sci-fi atmosphere, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is a must-add to your wishlist. Judas. This game is developed by Ghost Story Games, a studio led by Ken Levine, the legendary creator behind BioShock and System Shock. So, it's no surprise that expectations for this title are sky high. Judas takes you aboard a massive starship called Mayflower, humanity's last refuge on its journey toward Proxima Centauri. You'll play as Judas, a woman who suddenly realizes that everyone on board is living under total brutal surveillance. From there, the story unfolds into a huge conflict between rebellion and survival. What makes Judas so intriguing isn't just the theme, but the gameplay that combines fast-paced shooting with biotech powers. You'll be using pistols, crossbows, and futuristic weapons while tapping into Judas's left-hand abilities that can fire lightning, kind of like BioShock's plasmids, but with a modern twist. One of the main features the developers are highlighting is a system they call narrative Lego. This means every choice you make will have real, visible consequences that shape the story and the world around you. You can choose to fix what's been broken or let everything burn. It's completely up to you. Judas also has a really unique atmosphere. The visuals are dark and psychedelic, with that tense feeling you'd expect from a Ken Levine game. A lot of people are saying it feels like BioShock in space, but even more complex and ambitious in how it tells its story. Unfortunately, although the game was originally planned for release around 2025, the project has been delayed. Now, many are predicting Judas won't arrive until late 2026 or even 2027. On the bright side, this delay has actually made fans more optimistic that it'll be truly polished by the time it launches. Judas will be available for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S, and it's expected to take full advantage of next-gen features like ray tracing and ultra-fast loading times. If you're looking for an FPS that's not just about action, but also delivers deep storytelling, tough moral choices, and a world that changes based on your decisions, Judas is absolutely a title you'll want to keep an eye on. Are you ready to survive in a world consumed by darkness and despair? Meet Hunger, a first-person PvPvE extraction shooter that drops you into Napoleonic Europe, now devastated by a mysterious plague. Here you play as one of the living, the last humans struggling to endure the chaos. Your mission is simple but deadly. Venture into infected zones, scavenge for loot, fight grotesque mutated creatures, and escape alive, before other players hunt you down first. Hunger's gameplay is no joke. You'll face brutal melee encounters, intense gunfights, and heart-pounding moments where you'll have to decide, do you extract now, or risk everything for more loot? What sets this game apart from other extraction shooters are its unique features. A long-term progression system from level 1 to 100, filled with quests, crafting, and deep talent trees. No wipe system, everything you loot stays yours to upgrade and trade. The Chateau, a social hub where you can trade, pick up contracts, or enhance your gear. Both PvE and PvP modes, including dungeons, boss fights, and tense battles against other players in the same area. Visually, the game is dark and foreboding, with a gothic atmosphere that keeps you on edge every step of the way. Hunger is scheduled to release in early access on PC via Steam and the Epic Games Store in 2025, with plans to continue development for 2 more years until the full launch. If you love extraction games packed with tension, horror, and deep progression systems, Hunger absolutely deserves a place on your wishlist. Firefights, the brand new 3-player co-op shooter from Remedy Entertainment set in the mind-bending universe of Control. For 6 long years, the Federal Bureau of Control has been under siege by the terrifying Hiss. Now, the headquarters is on the verge of total collapse. You are part of Firefights, an elite rapid response team sent into the heart of the oldest house to contain the outbreak and face horrors that defy reality itself. In every mission, you'll pick one of 3 crisis kits: Jump, Fix, or Splash. Each one offers its own unique weapons, abilities, and playstyle. Whether you're leaping across collapsing corridors, repairing critical systems, or healing your squad in the heat of battle, you'll need tight teamwork and fast thinking to survive. What makes Firefights stand out? No battle passes, no pay-to-win microtransactions, no daily grind. Every piece of gameplay content is free after launch, so your progress is all about skill and strategy, nothing else. Firefights Launches June 17, 2025 on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series XS, and it's coming day one to Game Pass and PlayStation Plus Extra. Early reviews say some missions feel a little repetitive, but players are loving the gorgeous visuals, the creative kit system, and the adrenaline-pumping co-op action. If you're a Control fan craving a fresh multiplayer experience filled with tactical combat and paranormal threats, FBC Firebreak is one you absolutely need to watch. Clockwork Revolution is an ambitious FPS RPG that combines fast-paced shooting action with time travel mechanics and a story full of meaningful consequences. This game takes you to the sprawling city of Avalon, a steampunk world filled with airships, steam-powered machinery, and political intrigue. You'll play as Morgan Vanette, a rebel who discovers a mysterious device called the chronometer. With this tool, you can travel back in time and make choices that dramatically reshape the city's future. Every move you make in the past has a huge impact, from who ends up in power and the social conditions of Avalon to the fates of other characters. So if you enjoy games with reactive stories and plenty of moral choices, Clockwork Revolution definitely deserves a spot on your watch list. On top of that, the game features a deep RPG system. You can create your own character, select skills, customize stats, and unlock multiple branching dialogue paths. The weapons are also very cool, ranging from classic steampunk revolvers to powerful Gatling guns you can tweak to match your playstyle. Visually, the game looks stunning thanks to Unreal Engine 5. Many gamers have compared its atmosphere to BioShock Infinite, but with a much deeper RPG layer and a story that feels far more dynamic. As for the release date, nothing has been officially confirmed yet. The developers have only said in due time, which likely means the game is expected to arrive sometime around 2026. Clockwork Revolution will be available on PC and Xbox Series XS and will launch day one on Xbox Game Pass. If you're looking for an FPS that's more than just fast action and instead offers complex storytelling and a world that evolves based on your decisions, Clockwork Revolution is absolutely a title you'll want to keep an eye on. Borderlands is finally back with a brand new installment that's guaranteed to keep you hooked for hours. Borderlands 4. This game is set to take looter shooters to the next level, with gameplay that's faster, more dynamic, and packed with freedom. This time, you'll explore a brand new planet called Kairos, a vast open world filled with mysterious locations, insane enemies, and legendary loot that everyone's chasing. What makes Borderlands 4 different is how much more movement variety you have. You can use a jetpack, double jump, grappling hook, and glide to explore every corner. Every area connects seamlessly, so you'll never see a loading screen breaking the action. You can choose from 4 new Vault Hunters, each with their own unique skill trees. There's Vex, a siren with supernatural powers, and Rafa, an exosuit soldier who can transform mid-battle. Every character is designed so you can find the playstyle that fits you best. The loot system has also been completely overhauled with the new licensed parts feature, which lets weapons have more variety and special abilities. Legendary weapons now truly feel powerful and worth collecting. The story focuses on your fight against Timekeeper, a mysterious dictator who rules Kairos. You're free to tackle the main missions and explore the story in any order you like. Progression is entirely up to you. Gearbox has also listened to community feedback. While the game doesn't have a mini-map by default, they've added a compass and optional combat radar so you can still navigate comfortably. And of course, Borderlands 4 supports co-op for up to 4 players with independent loot drops, automatic difficulty scaling, and even split screen if you want to play with friends on the same couch. Visually, it looks more detailed than ever thanks to Unreal Engine 5, while still keeping that iconic cel-shaded art style everyone knows and loves. The release date is set, September 12, 2025 for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series XS, with a Switch 2 version coming later. Ready to dive into a brutal modern battlefield? This is Black Vultures, Prey of Greed, a brand new free-to-play tactical FPS from This Means War Studio, built on Unreal Engine 5 to deliver ultra-realistic visuals and intense combat. The game is set in a world after the collapse of military command. Here, trust is non-existent, and every mission is a life-or-death gamble. You'll join 3 independent teams, all fighting over strategic cargo. Every decision you make determines who escapes with the loot, and who loses everything. Key features: Cargo Rush Mode. Grab valuable cargo and extract before rival teams hunt you down. Life Ticket Rule. Every death reduces your respawn tickets, so teamwork and smart tactics are absolutely critical. Full weapon customization system. Swap barrels, sights, magazines, and attachments to create your own unique loadout. Realistic ballistics and interactive environments that make every shot and movement feel authentic. Viper AI Combat Gear. An advanced AI-powered intel system built in collaboration with NVIDIA, complete with cameras, headsets, and drones to track enemy positions in real time. Black Vultures. Prey of Greed is planned to launch on Steam in 2026 as a free-to-play title, with a closed beta kicking off in July next year. If you love tactical shooters packed with tension like Escape from Tarkov or Warzone, Black Vultures absolutely deserves a spot on your wish list. This is modern FPS gameplay that's strategic, high stakes, and relentlessly intense. Get ready to dive into survival horror like nothing you've ever faced before. Beautiful Light is an intense next-gen PvPvPvE tactical extraction shooter from Deep Worlds SA, launching in December 2026 on PC. You and your squad will drop into a forbidden zone drenched in fog and crawling with nightmares. Your objective? Find the artifact and escape alive. But you won't just be fighting rival teams. Something far worse is out there, watching every move you make. Every step is a gamble. Every corner could be your last. And when you die, you don't just respawn. You become the horror itself, reincarnating as a relentless anomaly to hunt the living. The atmosphere is oppressive, the stakes are sky high, and the tension never lets up. One wrong decision, and everything you fought for is gone, forever. Beautiful Light isn't just another shooter. It's a brutal blend of squad tactics, survival horror, and the thrill of risking everything for the ultimate reward. If you've been craving the thrill of planning high-stakes heists like Payday, but with a darker, more futuristic vibe, Den of Wolves is definitely a game you'll want to watch. This game is developed by 10 Chambers, the studio behind the hits Payday and GTFO. Here, you'll experience a 4-player co-op FPS focused on sabotage, data theft, and Black Ops contracts in a dystopian corporate world. The story is set in Midway City, a lawless metropolis floating in the Pacific Ocean in the year 2097. In this city, massive corporations run shady operations with no one to stop them. To protect their secrets, sensitive data is even stored directly in people's brains, safe from AI hacking. Den of Wolves gameplay starts with a heist planning phase, much like Payday, and then explodes into high-intensity action. You can choose to move in stealth, rely on advanced gadgets, or go all out in brutal firefights. One of the game's most unique features is something called the dive. During missions, you can enter the mind of your target, shifting into surreal digital environments filled with traps and virtual enemies. The visuals are stunning. The game runs on Unity 6 with ray tracing, making Midway City look incredibly detailed and immersive. Every corner of the map oozes a gritty cyberpunk atmosphere. In co-op mode, you and your team will work together to gather intel, steal tech, customize your gear, and pull off missions your own way. You'll have access to all sorts of futuristic gadgets, from auto turrets and portable shields to advanced hacking tools. From early demos, both players and media outlets have said Den of Wolves successfully captures that power fantasy feeling of Payday, but wrapped in a more mature sci-fi theme. Right now, Den of Wolves doesn't have an official release date yet, but you can already wishlist it on Steam, and it's expected to launch first in early access on PC, with console versions coming later. If you love co-op games full of strategy, tense atmospheres, and a dark cyberpunk world, Den of Wolves is absolutely one of the most exciting titles to keep on your radar. Get ready to return to the darkest day in Sarah's history. Gears of War E-Day is a prequel that takes us back to the beginning of the Locust invasion, right when Emergence Day shattered everything. The game is developed by the Coalition together with People Can Fly, using Unreal Engine 5 to deliver the most detailed visuals the Gears franchise has ever seen. The story is set 14 years before the first Gears game, following Marcus Phoenix and Dom Santiago as they fight to survive in the ruined city of Kelowna. Here, the Locust Horde emerges for the first time, and they aren't just another enemy, they're reimagined as truly terrifying creatures. Gameplay in Gears of War E-Day sticks to its roots as a brutal, tactical, third-person cover shooter. There's no open world or side quest to distract you. This is a focused, linear experience designed to make you feel the horror in every step you take. One of the biggest highlights for longtime fans is that the classic co-op campaign finally returns for the first time in almost a decade. John DiMaggio and Carlos Ferro are also back as the voices of Marcus and Dom, promising an even deeper story of brotherhood. Gears of War E-Day will launch exclusively on PC and Xbox Series X RS in 2026, marking the 20th anniversary of the Gears franchise and 25 years of Xbox. If you're a longtime Gears of War fan or just miss shooters with dark stories and intense gameplay, E-Day is the prequel you absolutely need to keep your eye on. Get ready, because Dying Light is back, darker, more brutal, and fueled by vengeance like never before. In Dying Light the Beast, you'll once again step into the role of Kyle Crane, who disappeared for 13 years after the events in Harran. But Crane isn't just an ordinary human anymore. After being tortured and experimented on by a tyrant known as the Baron, he has returned as a half-human, half-monster hybrid with one mission: revenge. The game is set in Castor Woods, a remote valley filled with dense forests, foggy swamps, and abandoned villages that have become infested with the undead. Compared to the sprawling cities of Dying Light 2, Castor Woods is smaller, but it's been deliberately designed to be densely packed and intensely atmospheric, so every corner feels dangerous. The parkour gameplay that made this series famous is still here. You can climb rooftops, vault over walls, and pull off fluid moves to outsmart or outrun zombie hordes. But the biggest twist is that now Crane has Beast Mode, the ability to transform into a ferocious creature, hurl enemies across the field, snap zombie bones with your bare hands, and unleash brutal attacks the series has never seen before. There are also tons of new weapons, including flamethrowers, assault rifles, electric axes, and a 4x4 off-road vehicle you can use to mow down infected in the forest trails. The day-night cycle returns, and it's more extreme than ever. During the day, you'll have relative safety to explore and craft, but at night, the mutants become far more aggressive and relentless. Dying Light the Beast is scheduled to launch on August 22, 2025, for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X:S, and it will be available day one on Game Pass. If you've been craving high-adrenaline parkour, savage melee combat, and a dark revenge story, Dying Light the Beast absolutely needs to be on your wishlist. Get ready to descend into a shattered world of darkness and legend. This is Covenant, a fierce Souls-like FPS built by Legion Studios, a team of veterans behind Halo, Destiny, Doom, and Call of Duty. You are the last warrior angel chasing the fallen Malach through creation, a vast, interconnected realm teeming with hidden secrets, ancient riddles, and colossal bosses waiting to crush you. Combat here isn't just fast, it's downright ruthless. You'll kick, roll, slide, and execute in brutal melee duels inspired by Tekken, Super Smash Bros., Dark Messiah, and Dishonored. Wield blades, bows, cursed firearms, or unleash elemental magic that can turn the tide in a heartbeat. Every weapon you carry can evolve. Upgrade them again and again to unlock hidden powers and devastating catalysts that change the way you fight. And with the unique stance system, you can shift your entire approach, how you move, dodge, cast, and strike. Every stance feels like a whole new playstyle. Want to forge your path alone? You can. Or dive into co-op to take on impossible odds together. And if you're feeling fearless, step into PvP arenas 1v1, 2v2, or 3v3, and prove your skill against the best. Running on Unreal Engine 5, Covenant delivers a gothic world dripping with atmosphere and detail. Even in pre-alpha, the game already looks absolutely stunning. There's no release date yet, but one thing's for sure. Covenant is coming to PC via Steam, and it's already topping wishlists everywhere. If you crave hardcore action, a dark fantasy setting, and relentless challenge, Covenant is the game you've been waiting for. Get ready to return to a world of covert warfare and psychological terror. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is shaping up to be one of the biggest releases of the year. Developed by Treyarch and Raven Software, The game is scheduled to launch in late 2025 on PC, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series XS, and it'll be available day one on Game Pass. Black Ops 7 is set in 2035, about 40 years after the events of Black Ops 6, and serves as a direct sequel to Black Ops 2. You'll step back into the role of David Mason, who now leads an elite team against a shadowy organization called the Guild, a group that weaponizes fear itself. The campaign can be played solo or in four-player co-op, with missions packed with intrigue, futuristic technology, and psychological horror elements that will keep you on edge. For multiplayer, Treyarch is delivering a more grounded, realistic combat experience. No wall running or jetpacks here. It's all about close-quarters tactics and smart team play. Plus, some classic maps are coming back with fresh remasters. And of course, Zombies mode returns in Dark Ether style, featuring massive round-based maps, secret weapons, and an ever-expanding dark storyline. On the character side, Milo Ventimiglia reprises his role as David Mason, alongside Michael Rooker as Mike Harper and Kiernan Shipka as the new character Emma Kagan. This is also the first co-op campaign in almost a decade for the Black Ops series. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is bringing together near-future technology, espionage intrigue, and psychological horror in a way the franchise has never done before. If you're a longtime Black Ops fan or just looking for a shooter with an intense story, Black Ops 7 is absolutely a game you'll want on your wishlist.